Fast forward to today, and now we're in a totally different environment. And the Federal Reserve Board, in order to rescue the economy, introduced something called ZIRP, zero interest rate policy. It's a little bit like giving pure oxygen to a heart attack victim. It makes breathing and living a whole lot easier, but may not cure you. Well, that's what lower interest rates were, and we enjoyed those lower interest rates for 8 years. Then last year, the Federal Reserve woke up and said, gee, the interest rates are too low, we've got to raise rates. Any of you, this is not a trick question, know the primary function of the Federal Reserve Board. It's not to control interest rates, it's to control inflation. And the secondary is to control employment, or to work to solve unemployment. Well, the Federal Reserve looks around and finds out the following. The unemployment rates dropped to 4.7%, the inflation rate's at 1.5%, and the Federal Reserve is deciding to act. And the action is, it's time to start raising rates, and interest rates are starting to go up. They will go up, and they will continue to go up. And inflation is beginning to tick up and will begin to tick up more. Now, Mr. Trump has got a couple of options in this process. Most importantly, he's got 2 slots to immediately fill on the Federal Reserve Board. Now, he stated that it's not good for interest rates to be going up if you're trying to pump up the economy. Doesn't matter. That's what's going to happen. Interest rates are going to be going up. What's the current outlook today? Gross domestic product, the way in which we grow our economy, fourth quarter of last year was 3%. The economy was already moving in the right direction before Mr. Trump gets elected president. Inflation rate has gone from 1.5%, perking along at 2%. Changes in the air. The unemployment rate officially at 4.6%, but unofficially at 10%. And here's what the strange interplay begins to happen. Interest rates go up, and as interest rates go up, and I know many of you are sensitive to the value of the American dollar. The dollar is strong, king dollar as they call it, and the value of the dollar is going to get stronger. In fact, I'm looking for the dollar to reach parity with the euro. So the dollar is going up, interest rates are going up, inflation is going up, and that the economy itself is growing at 3% versus the historical average of 1.8 that occurred during the entire period of the Obama years. Manufacturing. The United States produces and manufactures just as much as China does. We do so with 9% of our labor force. China does it with 25% of its labor force. The result is that the United States is still a manufacturing superpower. The problem is wages haven't kept up. Average income in the United States today is $3,600 a month. That is actually $200 a month less than what it was 8 years ago. And that's what's happened.